Welcome back to Vape Brothers. Here with Jake and Keith. Today we're going to show you, just as the video describes it, we're going to show you quick and easy ways to build coils on an RDA. Today we're going to be using Keaton's Mutation V4 in the last video. We're going to show you how easy it is. We're going to take that build off, unfortunately. Tyler did a really good job. If you want to go down to Smoke Dreams, where we got our shirts and all these stickers, go down to Smoke Dreams and Tyler will build you a mad build. I think right now, looks like Keaton's got a Clapton in here. I hate to take it out.
It's fused Clapton.
It's a fused Clapton, so I hate to take it out, but for those of you who are just getting into RDAs, this video is for you. We're going to show you how to make your coils, how to wick it, how to get all the hot spots out of it, and you'll know what we're talking about when we go down, dive deep, and look into it. But other than that, let's go up close so that you can see me build a coil. Hey guys, so I know this looks like a lot of tools you need, but it's actually really not that much. I'll go through and explain them all real quick. They're all pretty cheap. So you got a pair of scissors, so that these scissors were, I think I bought them at my local store for about like $6 or something like that. You got some Kojendo cotton. This shit, I bought 2 packages of it for $20, so it's not super expensive either. You got your Kanthal, your A1 Kanthal. Today we're going to be using 25 gauge Kanthal, so if you want to follow this exactly, get some 25 gauge Kanthal. I bought this straight off of eBay for like $6. You can get 100 feet of it, so it's not too bad. I got a screwdriver so that we can make connections with the leads. I got a pair of dikes. You can actually see that there's actually a little bit of Kanthal in there. But these were about $6 at Lowe's, so go ahead and pick those up. I do have a thing to coil my wires with. This is the Curo coilers. You don't necessarily need this. You can find anything that works that's roughly this size. I think this is about 30 millimeters wide. So there's one of those. I got an Allen-key tool to put my cotton in, and then I got a pair of angled pliers. That's so that you can go in and pinch the coils together, get them all nice and tidy. But this is all the stuff that I'm going to use. This is a really good kit. If you really want to get something that's close to this, get a Coil Master kit. I'll put a link in the description. But other than that, let's get started. Okay, so, excuse me. All right, so this is the Kanthal. This is your heating element. Super quick, easy stuff. So I cut off about 2 feet of Kanthal, roughly. So I'm going to cut that in half with my dikes. This is why your dikes come in handy. Let's go cut that off. And then you got this pretty easily workable piece of Kanthal. I'm going to take my Curo coiler. I just use this for coiling, so I'll get this out of the way. Alright, so when you coil stuff, it depends on how you do it. I always do it a different way every time. So normally I will put my thumb right here, and then I'll start wrapping like that. So that is one wrap. That right there is one wrap. So depending on how many wraps you do, you normally count that as one. People don't normally count that one, but that's actually one. So there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, and we'll just do 8 for the sake of this video. You notice how they're not really spaced together. You don't really have to, or they're really far out. You don't really have to have them super close together. You can always push them down like this. You can get your fingers in there, push them down. They'll spring out a little bit, push them down even more, and then you look like you get a little bit closer to what you need. So normally when I build a coil, I normally cut one end a little bit longer than the next. So we'll just cut that, get that out of the way. And then you got the beginning of a coil, just a standard coil. So I'm going to push those together a little bit more. Bring over the RDA. Normally you want to put your longer end into the negative side, and then you want to put your shorter end into the positive. That way everything is nice and flush. So normally what I do is I'll hold it there, get my screwdriver, tighten down those connections, put that over there. All right. That way you can see that I'm tightening them down. You notice that the wire will go up a little bit. You don't want to go all the way down because you'll just clip the wire. So you want to go just about tight enough where you can work with it. And then you can take that out. You can work with it a little bit. I like to straighten them out a little bit. And then you start, now this is a crucial step. You don't want to just hold the fire button down. You want to pulse it. That way you can get it where it's heating up. Now, right now it's heating up as it should. There's a little bit of hot spots in there, but we'll go in and tweak it. Go in and tweak it a little bit there.
Remember, it's at 100 watts.
Yeah, I need to probably turn it down a little bit, but you know, straighten it out a bit again. It's almost there. I'm going to actually turn the wattage down. Alright, so I had to turn down the wattage a little bit. I made sure to, I was working on it a little bit more as I cut out, but I made sure to work on it a little bit more. It's almost to where it needs to be. It's starting to heat from the inside out. It's just that it's it's not close together. Not like how the way everybody wants it. So the way I like it, so I'll just cut these off right now as those fly away. Alright, so right now it's heating up from the inside out, but you really want it to be kind of close together. You know, just go in there with your pliers, heat it up kind of hot, and then as it's cooling, just pinch it together. And then when it cools down, it'll retain that shape. Now, I know this is not a perfect coil, but it's just for an example. And as you get more into building with RDAs, you're going to realize that you're going to pick up certain building habits. Alright, I think that's about where I want it. So we're going to smash cut to the next one. I'm going to have it all built up, and then I'm going to show you how to wick it. So I did finally get it down. I accidentally made one side a wrap bigger than the next, so that's why this side looks a little bit bigger than that side, but you get the gist. I mean, don't expect to get, because this took me 12 minutes to get it to where it's actually supposed to be, how they're heating from the inside out, heating evenly. Don't expect it to be too quick. Don't be like, okay, this should be done in 5 minutes. No, just every coil is different. Every way you wrap it's different. So we're going to move on. So we got this all done. So we're going to move on to the wicking. So normally what I do, I cut off about maybe a ½ an inch per coil. And I've seen the people at the smoke shop do this too. So this is how they normally do it. They'll cut off a ½ an inch per coil. Oops. Grab that one there. So you have two similarly sized pieces of cotton. So to make a wick shape, you just grab your two fingertips and you start twisting. And this cotton will pick up any dirt that you have on your hands. And we're not going to be actually using this portion, so this is really dirty, but we're not going to be using it. We're just going to be sliding it through. So you just slide it through like that. Grab the other end, and then you're going to pull through. Just like that. So you have little tails at the end. So you want to grab it to where it's not super dirty, so we'll eventually clip that, but I'll do the other side real quick. Now you want to be careful when you're doing this not to pull your coils to the side. So I got both of them in there. Then you're going to grab your scissors again and you're going to take both of these and you're going to clip them right about there. Because you want to leave a little bit extra. You want it to hang over just a little bit. That's the shit that you're going to be tucking into the juice wells. So get these out of the way. And then what you want to do is you want to take your Allen key tool and you want to take it and you want to Never done this backwards before, so you're gonna have to bear with me on this. Alright, then you want to take it, you want to tuck it right into that juice well. So, just like that, just how this side is, and I'm gonna fast forward through this, So, just like I did, I just put it all in there. The more that you put in there, the easier, like, you know, you don't want any hanging out on the side, or you're just going to get it caught in your top cap. So then what you want to do, you want to take your juice. Keaton today is using his Cutwood Mega Melons. So you just take your juice. You want to give it a nice drenching. Make sure it's all saturated. So I'll do this, all right? You don't necessarily have to like push it on. You can paint it on if you want. And then we'll do this side. Alright, put that back in there. Put the top cap back on. And then I'm going to push up the wattage real quick. So our build came out to be 0.48 on the ohm reader. So we'll just put it up to a nice 75 watts. And 75. And then I need to put a little bit more juice on there because I realize that it's dry. You really want to saturate this stuff. You don't want to just put a little bit on and be like, okay, that's good. No, you want to really drench this thing down. You might get it in your airflow if you're working with this particular atomizer. But there you go. And then you just put it on, and then you're vape ready. So that's how you do it. It's really simple when you get down to it. I mean, for 70 watts, 75 watts at 6.2 volts, it's actually a really good vape just for a standard coil. I mean, you don't have to go crazy and do crazy shit like we do. I mean, my build that I have in here is 4 strands of 25 gauge Clapton twisted together, and it's a really mean looking coil. It's just that, you know, you don't have to do something that crazy. I mean, you do that shit for cloud comps and all that other shit, but, you know, this is still getting pretty good vapor. It just all depends on how big a draw you have. I mean, you know, it's all dependent on you, but that's how you do a really quick coil build. That's building 101. You just get all this stuff. We'll put links to the description for the Japanese cotton and for the Kanthal that you want to buy it. I bought mine from Lightning Vapes on eBay. I said that in the close-up. I know I did, but, you know, you just got to state it out there. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's keep on vaping. It makes the world go round.